So I guess the ceasefire in Gaza didn't last too long. It looked like Netanyahu and the Israeli government is still striking. I heard that there was a strike just the other day that killed over 170 plus children. What the hell is going on? Israel strikes Gaza, push uneasy ceasefire into a tipping point. Let's see what they're talking
The
about.
ceasefire. Thanks for joining us. You are watching the National News Desk, America's News Now. I'm Jan Jeffcoat. It's Wednesday, March 19th, and this morning Israel is back on high alert after being forced to shoot down a ballistic missile from yet another Iranian-backed terror group. Israel's defense force was successful in taking out that missile launched from Yemen by the Houthis. It was the first time the Houthis have launched a missile toward Israel in 2 months, and also comes as the Pentagon works to take out Houthi terror targets. We want to get right to Mark Boyle at the live desk with the very latest. Mark, good morning to you. Houthi terror leaders are threatening to expand their range of targets at this point.
That's the big concern right now, Jan. That threat came directly from the Houthis' military spokesperson, vowing, though, to continue to expand those attacks over the next couple of days unless Israel ends its military campaign in the Gaza Strip. That is unlikely. Israel resumed those operations after Hamas repeatedly refused to strike a deal to release the remaining hostages. Now, according to the IDF, President Trump's ordering of the U.S. strikes against the Houthis in Yemen over the weekend is believed to have deterred the terror group from resuming the attacks on Israel sooner with a larger volume.
I thank President Trump for his unwavering support for Israel. Our alliance with the United States has never been stronger. To those who criticize Israel, I ask, what would you do if terrorists murdered and kidnapped your children? You would do what we are doing. In the face of pure evil, free societies have no choice but to fight.
And a live look right now over the White House. President Trump.
If only they were that. Both sides are like in cahoots, if you don't know. You got the Israeli government, not the Israeli people, not the state of Israel, the Israeli government, Netanyahu specifically. And then you have the leaders of Hamas. And the leaders of Hamas are somewhere in other countries getting fat and getting big butts and getting paid by Netanyahu. Like, listen, don't turn over the hostages. I don't care if they dead or alive. It don't matter. Just get your people to keep these hostages, and we're going to keep giving you money, and we're going to strike them. Right? No, neither side care about the Palestinian people, not the Hamas military, and not the Netanyahu's government. The people are being used. If you're a poor person and you came from the bottom and now you're at your top, I need you to remember the bottom. And how these people play over people in the ghettos and the hoods. Even the Jewish people get it. They're not for this. Most of the people in Israel are against Netanyahu's government. They're like, listen, they're fighting in our name. We're a religious people. We're people of God. The Jews been persecuted. Read the Bible. The Jews been persecuted since the beginning of time. Moses was in there, wasn't he? And set my people free and wander in the desert for 40 years. And then they got the Holocaust. And what happened during the Holocaust? Hitler was playing the German people against the Jews, saying, listen, you got something going on and all this is happening? Yeah. It's because of these people. We need to get these people. And now Netanyahu's government, in a twisted way, has used this history to their advantage. They learned about propaganda because it was used upon them. The victims have become the victimizers. It happens from time to time. Now they're doing the same propaganda the Nazis get against them, they're doing against the Palestinian people. And then you have him saying, oh, look, but it's them people. It's them. Look, they won't stop. If you're getting this badly beaten, if you had some people, wouldn't you just hand them over and say, look, and we ain't got no more people. They stop bombing us. Come on, let's clean this up. But if you're the leadership, then they're like, hey, we won't come after you guys. We won't hit you. Because they showed you a couple times they could hit them. They got the pager bombs and all this. They could be precise when they want to. But when they don't want to, they just do random little hits that kill hundreds of people, get them out the way so they could develop the land. But if the leadership gets in a little handsy, or they start to do stuff that's not on the script, they'll do one of those precise attack and hit one of their leaders to tell the other, look, stand in line, collect your money, keep it like we said. And then the Palestinian people are the ones who get out, and the Israeli people, because they're like, whoa, you using us in our name? Well, we're not going to do this. Because they don't got to be for it. They just got to be silent, and then you're complicit. Evil happens in the silence. It's usually not people speaking out like, "Oh my God, look what they're doing! It's so evil." It's usually not that, because then people eventually they get on it. Once the Holocaust became undeniable, before that they're like, "Oh no, look, we just got them in these little cells. We just keeping them here in concentration camp. It's not that bad. They got food." But really, what was happening was much, much more sinister. And that's what they're telling us. Oh, yeah, they got these safe zones over here. And they got this. Now they ain't saying shit about a safe zone no more. Remember, that's what they told us in the beginning. Oh, yeah, we're bombing over here, but we got these safe zones. And then they start bombing the safe zones. And now people, I remember watching Piers Morgan and realized how corrupt it was. It's like, oh, my God, I love you, Piers. I love Piers Morgan and Pat Bet-Davis. Those are two people I look at like, oh, these honest. Because then you got people like Roland Martin from my community, and they just like, they do the same thing. Roland Martin does the same thing for black people as Netanyahu's doing for Jews. He just like take half the truths and just run with it. Oh, look what's going on. Yeah, but there's another side to that. Piers Morgan, I thought he was like, in the beginning he was kind of like, oh yeah, but what would you do? Like, oh, but what would you do? Like bombing these kids and these women are not the answer. But Piers Morgan kept saying, oh, but what would you do? I don't know. We don't know what to do, but we know they don't do this. Like, what do you do if somebody come and rob your family? What would you do? They broke into your house. Well, you try to defend yourself and your family, but what you wouldn't do was go chase them down, going 100 miles an hour through the city and through traffic, swerving and possibly killing other people and shooting out the window like you cowboys. That's what you don't do. So even though you, in the absence of the answer, some things you still could check off as, nah, that's not going to work. Yeah, we that's tried and tested. It's not going to work. Piers Morgan slowly come around to like, all right, come on, this is getting crazy. That's when it was like 3 months into the war, 4 months, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months into it. Now we passed the year, 2 years into the war. It's like, yeah, come on, it's getting out of hand. Now they've gotten other things that we don't even talk about it no more. There's so much other things going on with politics right now. Now Yahoo like, yo, let's ramp this up. Let's take it. I don't know. It's just so obvious. It's like they're using ChatGPT to write these scripts now.
Is meeting with different leaders this week to talk about what's going on. Also, President Trump on Monday linked the actions of Yemen's Houthis to the group's main benefactor, Iran, warning Tehran it would suffer the consequences, and that's a direct quote, for further attacks by the terror group. For now, there's no word on any immediate U.S. retaliation in the wake of the Houthis' missile attack on Israel on Tuesday.
I think, you know what I think? It's going to become apparent, like, eventually Netanyahu and Trump, this is why I voted for Trump. Right, I knew it was this America, no matter who was president, they got this weird allegiance to Israel. But the only thing that I could see was the saving grace. The biggest thing between Kamala working with Israel and Trump is that, you know, like Biden was giving Israel everything. But the moment that he didn't, or he was a little slow, he like, come on now. Netanyahu would then go publicly and say something crazy, like basically that they need to help us. Come on, what are you waiting for? He's not giving us enough. And I'm like, damn, if Kamala become president and he do the same thing, then she gonna do that. Oh yeah, we're gonna, like, they don't be like, no, Israel's bad. It's like, we're gonna do whatever it is to ensure that there's peace and freedom. Like, giving hints, like maybe, like I had a slight hope that maybe Kamala, if she became president, she would like go against him. But then I was like, damn, no, then because she got another 4 years she could run, so then she can't do it now. So then I'll be hoping for 8 years. In her final term, if she run again, that then she'll go against Israel. Like, because then she'll have it hanging over her head. Trump, I was like, this is last term. He can't run again. So that's one going for him. And two, if he's really is egotistical and narcissistic like they say he is, when it comes to that point when Trump's trying to save the money, he like, yo, Netanyahu low. Yo, you can't get these missiles this month. Like, let us wait 2 weeks and then you can get them. If Netanyahu dares to go up there and blast Trump, oh, he ain't doing enough, or he needs to, we love him, but he needs to hurry up on this. Oh, Trump is that fucking switch is gonna flip, and that's my only saving grace. Like, yo, these two ego-driven dudes in the room, when they get in that room, Netanyahu said the wrong thing, gonna change it, and that might be the saddest thing about our politics, that we're choosing people based upon they might stand up for us in American belief. But I get it. America was this Christian nation and grown up through the 60s and 70s and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, we got some weird allegiance to them, even though Christians is, the KKK don't really like, you know what I mean, the Jews either. They like Jesus was a Jew, but the Jewish people killed him, blah. So they don't really like it, but it's weird, twisted. Like, it proves the story. Like, hey, if they're really Jews, that means Jesus really came from them. Like, it's a weird connection in a way. It's weird. It's like the devil. If you see the devil, then you probably know that would also confirm that there's a God. Just like if you seen God come down, then that probably would confirm that there's the devil too, because then, you know what I mean? It's one the other. If you see the Joker in real life, you assume that there's the Batman in real life. You seen Batman in real life, then you think that the Joker and the Penguin, all them real too, right? Anyway, yin yang. So I'm just saying, Trump won't take that beating like that. And that's what I'm hoping, that Netanyahu ego, he get pressure from the other side to do something that he can't, and he needs to ask the U.S. for something, and Trump, even if he want to, can't give it to him now, and boom, something happened. But I just want what's best for the Palestinian people, all people. This is crazy at this point. They keep feeding us, these people are evil, these people are not. Iran's evil. And I'm sure in Iran, they're telling them, America's evil, we're the good ones, and they're trying to do this. And it's crazy when it's really the politicians playing the both sides. Because you're going to need somebody to blame. When you're poor and you're struggling, working paycheck to paycheck, you want somebody to blame. So they're going to give it to you. Hey, you know what it is? It's Iran. That's what it is. Hey, you want these people to stop, the Jewish people to stop, and Netanyahu, Hamas don't have it no more, and they can't pose a threat because we said that they were posing a threat to us, but now it's been almost 2 years, and they can't. Then now it's the Houthis shooting up, the Houthis shooting out of Yemen, up, it's them too, up. I guess we're not finished in Gaza because they're still shooting missiles from over here. In Iran here now, they ain't been here the whole war. We've been fighting the whole first year. They ain't do nothing, but now, they doing something, right? It's just them. Okay, so attack them. Why you still on them? Go to Africa then, I guess, and fight. Then why you still over here? Because that's their cousin. It's crazy what they want us to believe. Let me know what y'all think, though, Cave Dwellers.